whoa, Yamper, dude,
Yeah,
get down,
dude,
buddy.
Get the camera.
What are you doing?
What
are you doing?
bro? You sniffing my ass like that for, bro.
All right.
Beautiful.
See, beat the dog on stream, bro.
Hey. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the N10 podcast, which, oh my gosh, it's been far too long. Shout out, of course, I guess I can't believe I'm saying this. Shout out EJ Lennon for telling us to get back to doing this, because he's been asking, hey, how long was the last one? Like 8 months, I think.
8 or 7 months ago.
That was like a month ago.
Oh my, last week. Yeah, that's how it was. But yeah, we're back. Of course, I am Night Sky, and I'm joined today by these legends of content creation. Ooh, it feels good to say that. I mean, I have Key, I got Lazy, and I got N10 Cisco.
Hey,
What's going on, guys? Welcome.
we're back, baby.
Another
N10.
podcast. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Grinders all in one place.
Yep, the grinders. All right. What do we
that
got?
shadow over my eyes look kind of heat.
Yeah, apologies
Yeah,
for the
there you
lighting
go.
for my room,
Dude,
honestly.
It's the Ash Ketchum pose, bro. He just like whenever he's sad or just like determined, he just has the like shadow over his eyes for some reason. And speaking of Ash Ketchum, got the Pokemon thing today.
Yay, happy
the
Pokemon Day, everyone. Very nice.
Yeah. What are the general thoughts? What are the general thoughts on the Pokemon Direct?
Well, first off, how many of us have seen it? That's the bigger question.
I mean, I watched it before because I had kind of a feeling we would talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Lazy.
watched the trailers separately.
Slept through it.
Me too.
I did too, honestly. It's so funny.
You did?
But
I thought.
no. So let me tell you what I did, right? So yeah, my original plan was I was gonna wake up like around like maybe 30 minutes beforehand. I was like, all right, we're gonna get everything set up to record. My alarm goes off at 8:30. I'm sitting there in bed. I'm like, you know what? I think I can just record it later. So that's what I did. I ended up going back to sleep. I woke up a few hours later. I turned on my computer and like make sure everything was set up. I was trying to avoid the spoilers as much as I could by getting on YouTube. And fortunately I did. Here's the thing though. Spoilers if you haven't seen yet. I thought I saw something from Gen 5. I was like, ooh, Gen 5? Oh boy.
They kind of did do that, didn't they? Right?
Yeah.
Like, they had like a Pokemon Masters EX thing or something.
Yeah, that was a tease.
Kind of teased it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They always do that. The good stuff is always
yeah.
the Pokemon Masters, and you're like, oh.
I forget who I was
Yeah.
watching, but it was some YouTuber or something. I was watching. Oh, it was Bald Gamer. Funny enough, I was watching his reaction for it, and he said something that reminded me. It's like, you know what? Like I keep forgetting myself to remind myself that like don't go in with like huge expectations, because they talk about way more stuff than just the Pokemon mainline games. They talk about, you know, the TCG, some other like the spin-offs, that type of stuff too. So like especially with this I guess Presents, if you guys saw it, it was just a mix of everything, which I kind of start to expect more and more from Pokemon these days. So I guess that's kind of why yeah, it wasn't the greatest, I'll say that.
The problem is, and this happens every Nintendo Direct, every Pokemon Presents. People like, even for this one, people were like, "Holy crap, we're gonna have the GBA games on the Switch Online for sure, and then we're gonna get the DLC, and then we're gonna get a new Pokemon spin-off." And I'm like, whoa, no. You get one good pick in a Pokemon Presents, only one. You don't get DLC and GBA games and a spin-off all in one present. That has like never happened.
Asking for a little too much, guys.
Yeah,
Never happened.
honestly.
Just a
Never.
little bit.
A little bit.
I knew to snooze. I woke up and I was like, Pokemon's got it. I woke up and was like, Pokemon's got nothing good. And I knew it.
Oh, wait, so you're saying there's nothing good about this one? Because I think I liked a couple of things.
I mean, it's what you. I don't know. It's well. I should rephrase. It is exactly what I expected. There was nothing surprising to me in that Direct. Everything was exactly. I mean, of course, I can't expect like what the new Pokemon are gonna look like, but I knew there was gonna be like a couple new Pokemon. And I saw them. I didn't like them, so I'm like,
Fair.
That's a good way to put it, because like I'm pretty sure at least a bunch of us like were talking beforehand, like, oh, you know, it's always fun to theorize, you know, when it comes to like a Nintendo Direct. That's always fun to talk about like what games you can, but Nintendo, that covers, you know, a plethora of different series and franchises. This is just all Pokemon, so there's only so much you can really think about without like, you know, repeating yourself. So I know like, yeah, Gen 5 remakes were up in the air. That Pokemon Sleep, which was, you know, one of the things that they showed off, which it looks pretty cool, but I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, you know,
Is it really?
I mean, it
Fine,
honestly,
'cause
in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what? I want to try to sleep better, like just after watching it. But then I'm like, is it really what's trying to get me to do at this point? I already sleep terrible as is, so how much is that
Yeah.
going to change?
Dude.
Hmm.
No, when I heard that like Pokemon Sleep had gotten revealed, like as I was like waking up and stuff, but then I also saw like that picture of like the really cursed Pikachu animatronic alongside it. I thought they had
Oh
made
my
Pokemon Sleep
God.
into like a toy, where Pikachu
Oh
wakes
my.
you up in the morning.
Oh
and
my
like, drops
God,
you to
how-
sleep at night. Yeah, it's the animatronic thing. I'd
Absolutely
be like,
not.
who's gonna buy that shit? 'Cause it ain't me.
I think a certain N10 member would, honestly. Now that I think about it, an animatronic.
Oh, you know what?
He
No,
would.
I think that too, because that Litz would be all over it. Bro.
No, you're
Yeah,
right.
Litz
Litz
would
would be
work.
too. All right, shout out Litz and shout out our boy Dag. That's funny.
Make out with Freddy.
I didn't even think about that. The only one that came to mind was
Oh, true. Oh yeah.
got
Did
that
do either.
animatronics.
Litz would be like,
Makes sense
guys,
now.
I'm gonna get this really good deal on
Ah.
Pokemon Sleep Pikachu animatronic.
I just need you guys. I
Five
need
Nights
your
at Freddy
signature.
must be amazing because everyone who's like, I'll never play that crap. They play it once and suddenly like they're.
I
sleeping
like
with
it.
Freddy. It's like
Oh well, okay. I want to go that far. I want to go that far. Hold on. I take my
Nuts.
phrase.
I
Say
Hey,
that,
whoa,
dude.
okay.
I wouldn't say that, look.
No,
I'm
it's
played the
sleeping with a
first
teddy
one.
bear. No, it's okay.
I played the
uh.
first one. I thought it was okay.
Mhm.
But Lazy, you got any thoughts about the Pokemon Direct before we like change the subject or?
Yeah, there's only so much we
Well-
can talk about it, honestly.
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, as a Nintendo fan, I didn't watch it, but I'm a little bit disappointed that we did not get a 15th trailer for Tears of the Kingdom in that direct.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
no,
pissed
no,
me
no,
off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
in that
he's right.
Pokemon Direct.
Yeah, man, come on. Where's Smash
But-
Bros,
Pokemon
dude?
that's all.
Direct.
Where's Smash Bros at, huh?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't get any patch notes for Steve.
Dude,
Well,
oh, that's
Direct.
funny. Yeah.
Well, I'll give my final say why I was kind of disappointed, I guess, or not necessarily disappointed, but just don't expect much. There's only one thing, and I'll talk about this in a future video or on my Twitter or something. But like, there is only one thing I actually want right now, and I've been saying this for months now, and it's Pokemon Home Update for Scarlet and Violet. That's all I care about.
Mm.
Well,
We
they
could not
brought
have a
up-
Pokemon game for like a year or two, and I will be happy as long as we get Pokemon Home to work with Scarlet and Violet. I'm so burnt out with Pokemon. Like, I don't want to touch that game. I want my Lucario, my Greninja, my Charizard. I want them in the game. I want to travel with them. It's so lame that we've gone this far and we still don't have Pokemon Home. And
Mhm.
then, now they're talking about DLC and stuff. I'm like, no, stop. Fix the game. The game's broken. You gotta fix it. Don't
Yeah.
talk about DLC. And I just feel like what's annoying me is the audacity of like Pokemon, right? It's just they submit this. They let out. I've complained about this before, but they released this broken game, Scarlet and Violet. It's full of bugs, and they're like, "Oh, we'll fix it." They didn't fix it. Of course, they're not gonna fix it. They got the money, and so now they're telling us pay a more expensive DLC in advance without showing you gameplay, because the game it's probably not even done. It's probably not even made. They're probably just like, we're working on it."
Mhm.
And without even fixing the previous mainline game. Like, it's like, come on, like, Pokemon, what are you doing? Like, they
Come on,
know we're
Nintendo.
gonna buy it. Yeah, I know. I know Pokemon knows that we're just gonna buy it anyways, and I understand as consumers, like the Nintendo fans, like we tend to be a sheep that way. We buy whatever, but don't rub it in.
Right? You don't gotta tell us
rub
we're
it
already
in as
being
you do
dumbasses.
it.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, come on.
We're gonna
Mhm.
buy it anyways. May as well not put any effort into it.
Exactly.
That's the unfortunate
That's fine.
truth.
I feel like I'm getting
Show
burnt out of
cool
Pokemon.
Mhm.
I want Pokemon, like my greatest wish is the Pokemon to get hit with a huge financial failure that they can't like ignore quality. Like they have
Yeah.
to put a little more effort and elbow grease into their work, which is probably never going to happen, but who knows?
No, because no, it's interesting you say that too, because I think at least in the past when like people have seen like, or like not people, sorry, like Nintendo has seen like commercial failures, especially in like the Wii U and the 3DS era. I know people like they're under the impression like, oh well, if no one buys it, then no one likes it, and then like I know that was like the issue. Wasn't that like it happened with like Pikmin or something like years ago, where they
I
were
know
like,
Metroid, I think.
it was like one of
Metroid
those
was
like if no one buys this, then like well, not like straight up like if no one buys this, we're not doing it ever again, but like you're
Well,
under
they
the
did do that. They
yeah.
did that with Chibi Robo. They
Okay,
said
oh, it
nobody
was-
buys
alright.
this, will
It was
be
Chibi
the
Robo,
end of
yeah,
the
okay.
franchise. It's like, what?
Mhm.
They made the crappiest game, and it's like, why would you do this?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's all sorts of things wrong with it, honestly.
But how quickly they forget, though. Like, huge financial failure with the Wii U, and then the Switch comes around, and now they're getting, like, super greedy, and they're doing the whole, oh, they'll buy it anyways because they just will. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. We'll have to see how their next console will go.
Yeah.
If they're gonna have another Wii U or they're gonna have a Switch 2 and just continue their success. But they're getting ballsy. That $70 price tag. They say it's for Zelda only. Bullshit. That's gonna be.
That's
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
Such cap. Anybody can tell you that's cap.
As a Zelda fan, I'm telling you that's cap. They told me themselves, actually.
Yeah, they wrote you a message. They hit you up.
Wait, Lazy, did you say you were a Zelda fan?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell at all.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, really. I don't know what gave it away.
You couldn't tell. Yeah, I wonder what gave it away.
No, but seriously, it's actually funny enough. Like switching tracks here. Zelda, like Tears of the Kingdom, like prices aside, I've seen a lot of like obviously different takes, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube or just in streams. But I want to safely assume that the general consensus is that we're as excited, if not a little bit more, than we were for Breath of the Wild. I remember I saw one person said like, yeah, like the hype is there, but like they're talking like realistically, like yeah, even if it like looks similar, like there has to be something that like will set it apart from Breath of the Wild, because we all know how impactful and how monumental Breath of the Wild is and was as a Zelda game, like whether or not you actually like it. But for Tears of the Kingdom, like what do you guys think? What do you think could happen, but like what do you think will happen as a result of it being out?
Wait, as a result
of it being out.
Wait, I phrased that terribly wrong. What the heck am I thinking?
Are you saying how do we think Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah, how do you think it's gonna? Okay, yeah. Why didn't they just say like? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, man. I'm like this philosophical, like head ass. Don't listen to me. All right. What do you guys think's gonna happen?
I get what you're saying. Like how Breath of the Wild, when it was released, and the result of Breath of the Wild being released was that it became like the new standard for video games because of how massive it was. It became game of the year. Lots of games started being inspired by Breath of the Wild and started making games.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact. You naysayers.
Oh.
I'm gonna say it. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be awesome, but I do see a lot of people talking about how it's just like Breath of the Wild 0.5 or something.
0.5, huh?
It's only because it started out as DLC, if you think about it. But it became like its own game because they had too many things going on, which I think a lot of people miss. Like I didn't know that, actually. Exploring in the sky. We're gonna be like exploring all these sky islands and stuff, but the new trailer is also kind of confirmed that we're gonna be exploring caves and possibly a whole separate dimension like Dark World type stuff, like in A Link to the Past. So, it's a pretty big game, all things considered. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna buy it day one and take a whole week off work just to play it. So.
I think there's gonna be.
That's the general consensus. Yeah.
I basically completely second everything Keita said with how much they've taken the development time to definitely build on the world a lot. Like we're gonna have the old world to explore and then all this other stuff to go through. I'm worried that people are gonna criticize it because there might be some mechanic changes that will make them be like, oh, this isn't like the original Breath of the Wild. And primarily that would probably piss off people who started with Breath of the Wild as their prist game.
Yeah.
Because the main people I hear primarily bitching at Breath of the Wild are the ones that are longer time Zelda fans who are more used to the other style of game it was before it became super open world. Yeah, the classic style, which makes sense. But for people who had that as their first Zelda game, like my friend Jang, it's their favorite game of all time. So
yeah,
I think those people who started with Breath of the Wild, if it goes back to the old Zelda formula in any way, they might criticize it a little bit. So it's gonna.
But then you got the old fans that are gonna praise it
it's gonna be split.
The vision of fans.
Yeah,
that's true though, because my friend never played a Zelda game, and then he got Breath of the Wild, and he said it saved gaming for him. That he was not feeling video games. Yeah, I was in the same boat. I was I'm not because that was right after the Wii U era, right? And then that was Switch and Zelda launched at the same time.
Oh my gosh,
it was so bad. And I was just not liking games anymore. I was I'm just kind of I don't know. And then Breath of the Wild hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what a game is supposed to be like. So, but then he touched Link's Awakening, the remake, and he was not about it. Skyward Sword, he's better. It's not Breath of the Wild. So it's we're going forward. It's gonna be tough getting these older style Zelda games. And but I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think there's
that's-
not too much to worry about.
It's like a perfect example of what I was
It's
talking
fine.
about, actually.
Honestly, I got Skyward Sword on Switch, which was like my most requested game for the Switch for a long time. So and it came out beautifully, by the way. So I'm good. I don't care. Keep on making Breath of the Wild 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't care.
Keep giving us a remasters, please,
Yeah.
and a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Remasters,
Interesting,
remakes
yeah.
of old games, and then Breath of the Wild on top of it. I could live with that for days, man.
Let me tell you something that makes Zelda fans go crazy. They've been asking for this for a while now. God knows if they're going to do it or not. But I know everyone wants Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the Switch.
I think it's
They
doable.
gotta do it. They have.
think
to.
it's
They
doable.
probably
too.
have it. They're just
They're waiting.
need to release it. On
They're
a
just
dry
kind of like
season.
what? Just kind of like, should we put this in here yet? No,
Nah.
no.
And the thing is, those are already done. We already have them remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you just
See
want
before
the.
order.
Mhm.
So I
See before
do think I think they 100% have it already. I think it's already done. They're just
Mhm.
waiting to release it maybe later this year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Alright,
for Tears of the
where is it?
Kingdom,
Oh no, go ahead. Because I have like a big like segment that we could talk about too. Because it's in. I'll let you go first because I got to think about it a little bit more.
well,
Okay.
for Tears of the Kingdom, the original question was, well, how do we think it's going to be?
Mhm.
How it's going to be received and stuff. I think Tears of the Kingdom is going to be great. I think it's going to be an amazing sequel. I think it's going to be not Breath of the Wild 2, but I mean, sorry, not Breath of the Wild, but like it's definitely going to be a Breath of the Wild sequel. Like I think it's what we're expecting to play.
Yeah,
is
that's
what we're
what it
gonna
is.
get.
Cisco. It's gonna be a Breath of the
No,
Wild.
okay, I know, but bear with me. Bear with me.
Good quote,
That was
good
a dumb-
quote.
Yeah, maybe I didn't articulate that well. But what I'm trying to say is that like, I'm trying to compare it to something like, let's say, God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Litz.
Litz?
We're recording the podcast right now, bro.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
You can say
You
if
can
you
say
want.
if you want to do the
Join.
podcast.
Oh.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
So I was gonna compare like to God of War Ragnarok, where it's like it just improves on the first game, right? It's like amazing, but it improves on the next game. The thing is, though, it's not as well received because it's not a breath of fresh air. It's just a sequel. And I think that's what's gonna happen with Tears of the Kingdom. It's not gonna get Game of the Year. It's not gonna be on the level that Breath of the Wild was, because Breath of the Wild was like this like insane impact because it was something brand new. Tears of the Kingdom's not going to be brand new. It's just going to be a sequel, which is nothing wrong with that. It's going to be fantastic. But I think I don't think it's going to be on the same level of Breath of the Wild. And I think people should mentally prepare themselves for not having that like Breath of the Wild experience of, holy crap, this is a brand new experience I have never experienced with Nintendo before. Never done an open world Zelda game like this. It got Game of the Year. Nintendo is so good. Like, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be like, okay, we're just continuing the journey. Cool.
Well, maybe so, but you also gotta like compare it to like what else is coming out like this year to like make sure like that's for sure. Because if Zelda doesn't have much competition, then I think it's almost got a guaranteed spot on the nominations list at least.
It's got nominations for sure, but when you have Hogwarts Legacy at already,
Dude, yeah,
it's sold insane.
It's sold insanely well, but there's also a lot of
Spider-Man
controversy on that. We don't need to
Yeah,
go
it's
into
got
that.
Spider-Man coming out.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. I mean, there's a lot of games coming out this year. That are gonna...
Jedi Fallen Order is also coming out this year too.
I don't think Jedi will take a.
It's got it. It's got it.
it could. I could.
It could get nominated.
think
It could
so.
We'll
it could
see.
get there.
I think it's funny enough, like to think about like how like we're still like in the first like literally like the first 2 months of 2023. So like people are already like throwing out predictions, obviously, but we still got 10 more months of games and whatever. And here's the thing too,
You're right.
surprises, because that like there's stuff already announced, but Nintendo could also shadow drop more stuff, as we've seen with Metroid Prime, the remaster. We could see like other stuff like, hey, remember this game? Oh, it's on the Switch now. Or like Sony or Microsoft
dude,
do similar
that with
things.
Zelda, dude, like they could literally do that next direct, just shadow drop Zelda that day.
No, you know what? And the one thing I didn't think about now that you mention it is with Game of the Year, I always say that it's about what made the most impact within the gaming community. And Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has made such an impact that it's been like most anticipated game for like 2 years straight or something. So, Elden Ring was most anticipated game. Then the next year it came out, took Game of the Game of the Year. So maybe Tears of the Kingdom will do the same. I don't know. I don't know if sequels do really good in Game of the Years, but we'll see.
Well, wasn't God of War?
God of War was
a sequel. Isn't that a sequel?
That's a fourth game, but it's not. But
Yes
it was,
and no, kinda. I think.
Yes and no, because it was a new style of gameplay for it. It's literally like Breath of the Wild was to Zelda.
Okay. All right. I had
Similar
no idea. I was
logic,
just
yeah.
Kind of talking out my ass because I
Yeah.
never played a God of War game and I don't plan to. But you know.
Same.
But anyways, yeah, that's my take. Is that
No, that's-
like
yeah.
it's gonna be fantastic, but like it might not. It might just be more of the same experience, not less of this is all brand new and mind blowing.
Yeah.
Which it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what it's probably gonna be.
Yeah. Okay.
very
No, I
good.
get you.
Very cool.
All right. What's this topic you want to talk about, Sky?
All right, so I'm sure we've all heard not the rumors, but like we've all heard talks of Nintendo's already shifting their focus to the next gen console, which is crazy enough. And so we could do this today or later. I think it would be perfect if we had like an episode or even just like a segment later on, like just fully dedicated to theorizing what it could be. But I want to ask you guys, I don't like a face level question. How much longer do you think the Switch will go on for? Like not
I'm
like
down to talk about the next console. We're gonna get there.
it could be both. So I'll start off
5
here.
years.
So Key, you say 5. So
5 years from now.
I say it's still got 5 years in it.
ooh. So here's the thing though, because I mean we all know technology it's always meant to be upgraded. There's always room for improvement, new things, whatever. And so we have the PS5 now. Xbox, I guess I don't really think the Series X is essentially an upgrade. I just think it's just it has nicer stuff, but I wouldn't call it a next gen console. I think the PS5 is definitely a next gen console. Now Nintendo, we've had the Switch since 2017. It's 2023 now, so definitely been a few years, 6 at this point, or will be 6.
Next month is 6.
Yeah, actually in a matter of days. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. In a matter of days.
Yeah, March 3rd.
March 3rd.
Breath of the Wild came out the same day, remember? March
Yep.
3rd.
What?
I
Yeah,
know.
a couple of days. Like give it 5 days, and it's 6 years.
That's crazy.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah, real quick. So yeah, Switch, great console. I think it's accomplished everything it set out to do as soon as it was announced. I think going back to when it was like announced, in 2016, I was blown away by the concept of it being a hybrid of literally every like Nintendo oriented
Hey,
thing.
We're recording the podcast, bro.
What? I jump in on the podcast?
Yeah, stay.
You can stay
if
Join
you wanna
us.
do
Yeah.
podcasts.
We're actually talking about something really important. Perfect. Great timing.
Oh, hey, Aiden.
Linkachu. Great angle.
Aiden joined the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
So I was just talking about like how long we were going to talk about, or we're going to save this for a little bit later, but we're going to talk about what the next console could be for Nintendo. But I'm talking about right now, how many more years of the Switch do you think are left or reasonably left? And I was just saying how this week is going to be the 6-year anniversary of the Switch, which is crazy. And I said how it literally just kind of accomplished everything I feel like it's set out to do as a console, at least in restoring the hope for some people, for a lot of people, for Nintendo, because the Wii U era was just so many lows with only a little bit of highs. But I think the Switch era has been really good. And just realistically, how much time do we have left? That's what
Isn't it one of Nintendo's like best-selling consoles of all
It,
time?
it's on track to be the best-selling console of all time. Not Nintendo, of all time. Like,
Wow.
literally,
It's
Dang.
just DS and PlayStation 2 above it.
yeah. It
That's
surpassed Game
crazy,
Boy
bro.
not long ago.
PlayStation 2 stay winning, bro.
That's funny.
That's what.
It was only because Kingdom Hearts. Only because Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
only
look,
because
that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
Boy.
Shout out to
Yep,
Kingdom Hearts fans.
Kingdom Hearts,
Kingdom Hearts carried the PS2, bro.
Kingdom Hearts moving units, but nobody knows what the story is.
Ah, nice one.
Hey.
No, PS2 was live, bro. I remember the PS2 days.
Yeah,
That was like one of my
that's
first
what's up.
consoles.
Okay. Yeah, mine
PS2 is
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
I should buy a PS2.
I got my
I should
solid
too.
PS2
Same,
hooked up
honestly.
my room.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
So, Key, you said 5 years, right?
Yeah, I said 5 years. It's got at least 5 years on it. Not necessarily just the base Switch, but I think it's gonna keep the Switch family going, like how the 3DS was. It's gonna keep going for at least 5 more years. Slightly upgrade, maybe get a model that runs 1080p.
I think it
That might
could.
be,
It
or
runs
like 60 frames per
1080p.
second. No, like 60 frames per second is what I meant. 'Cause it's still running
Or
at
like
30.
be strong enough to.
Like
Yeah,
nicer
Consistent
things, yeah.
and hold 60,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what. Maybe an upgrade of that kind, but then
just like more RAM.
at least 5 more years. Yeah, at least 5
It's
more
like-
years of that.
I think like we've got like 2 or 3. Like I think
Mhm.
I think
I kind of
5 years I think is what they originally said. They said it was gonna be a decade, and like
Mm.
they might hold up to that, but I don't know. I think 2 or 3 and we might see some sort of like mixture. Because I think Nintendo would be stupid to stop selling the Switch if it's doing so well. Why stop? People are still like the games are still moving so many units and so many consoles. It's stupid. That shit's printing more money than the Wii did. So like, it's just dumb to slow down the pace that they're on, especially with one of your biggest titles coming out in less than 4 months. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But also the other factor, and I don't know if any of you remember this, and maybe I'm living some sort of fever dream, but there was a concept for the Switch, like even pre like dating like NX names, and it was this console that was described as a hybrid where you had a tablet, but then you had a machine at home, and it kind of worked similar to something like a Steam Deck, where you have like a basis, like not even a Steam Deck. Steam Deck doesn't work like that, but like you have like the home console, but then you take the screen with you, which is essentially what the Switch is. But I feel like Nintendo might bring back that concept because I feel like it's one of the few ways that keeps the Switch as what it is alive while upgrading the firmware, the hardware, without wiping everything that the Switch has done. Because like you think about it, new console, start over Switch Online, start over all your game library, right? And I guarantee it's not gonna be backwards. So
especially like I mean you could do it digitally, but like for physical owners, you have cartridges. You don't have discs or anything like that. So
don't bring it back.
Very
Don't bring back
confident
discs, bro.
there's gonna be
Nintendo is good with their cartridges, right?
I think so. I mean, like, especially at this point, not to shoot people in the face, but then like obviously you want. So I don't know.
Yeah, but no, I like that though. I think obviously like the Switch, this is the console. I think for people who have never, seen it beforehand, which I would imagine has to be very few at this point. Like this is literally the console, and then you have the dock. But I like that idea of like the dock being more than just it's its charger.
Plastic.
Yeah, it's more than just like something to place it in a charger or put on the TV. I like how it could enhance it. The technology's there. I think it could be possible.
I think I kind of agree. I think the Switch can easily go another 2-3 years, but I think might be looking at our last year or two for the Switch. I think this might be our last year, or if we're lucky, we get another year. I really think we're like at the very end of it. But I do agree with, I don't know if we're gonna get an entirely new console or if we're gonna get like, that's when the Switch Pro comes out, and I can flick off everyone who said that it didn't exist, but maybe that's when we'll get like like you said, like another Switch family type of thing, which I think would be a good route to go, because I think the Switch is like the perfect console. It's just that right now, I don't care what nobody says, it's showing its age. Games are having a hard time running on it. Third parties struggling a little bit,
especially if you're running like the original model, like
oh my gosh,
that shit.
Yeah, and also cloud streaming on the Switch, bro. Like
it's
cloud
terrible
idea.
No one. There's only one company doing that. Like, you don't take that one up with Nintendo. You take that one up with Square and their NFTs.
That's not all, bro. Other people do that. There's other games that do cloud gaming.
I think it's
come on.
I think I
It's
don't even
like,
know.
I will say I think Square Enix is
like
dropping the
Assassin's
ball
Creed,
a lot
right?
lately.
Square Enix is always doing dumb shit. Like,
you were like the best gaming company. What happened?
Everyone had to fight for them to not put NFTs in Final Fantasy 14 online. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Like, how is that a fight? Like, it's literally the plot of Final Fantasy 7, and they're like, yeah, like, fuck it, let's just like corrupt the world.
Why every Nintendo Direct there's got to be like 20 brand new Square Enix games being announced? I'm like, guys, stop. Like, stop it. Nobody likes you anymore.
Man.
That's a key.
True. Key does.
Nah, I don't care, bro.
I like them sometimes. I like them sometimes.
All right, look.
Traveler.
Lazy. What do you think?
As far as moving forward, I'm not sure what else they could do with the consoles except for literally like hardware upgrades to like fix the graphics and improve on that. As far as the Switch goes, I think 5 years max, kind of like what Key was saying. But after a year, maybe 2, they're gonna probably pull out the next best thing if they can.
Yeah.
If they have it. If they have something better than the
Yeah.
Switch, I'd like to see it. But like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
still got
I'm
some
not
time in
sure what else they could do as far as innovation.
Uh,
Because you already have the
yeah.
handheld and the dock. What else are they gonna do?
2-in-1, right?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think at least like, because my I said this a couple of years ago. I mean, I don't think I made a big deal about it, or I didn't make a big deal about it. But I think the Switch, I think it's still even 6 years later. I still think it still has the potential to have at least one of every single franchise's or like their franchise's games on it, because of how much like has happened in the past couple of years. All the new innovations, all like the remakes, all the like the ports, all that kind of stuff. I think there's still time to do things like Kid Icarus or hey, maybe even something Earthbound related. I don't even know. I think there's still time for it. Whether or not it's 5 years max, maybe, but I could see at least like another year or two, depending on how this year goes. I know because I just rewatched your what was it? Your games of 2022 video, Cisco, the other day. And how you're just you said like, 2022 as a whole, like for gaming, it wasn't the greatest, especially for Nintendo, because it had a lot of, I would say somewhat failures. Like what comes to mind obviously is Mario Strikers, the game that we were all so hyped for. And then once again, it does like every single Mario sports game has done on the Switch, which is so weird that every single one of their sports games, at least for me, in my opinion, have just either tanked or just kind of just coasted. Like nothing has really set them apart. They all feel similar, which is a problem because you're trying to make these sports games more unique and more appealing. But then just like the games in general that Nintendo has done, I don't want another repeat year of that. Fortunately, this year, at least from what we know, I think it could be like the what's it called? The bar has been set at least a little bit, I guess, lower now, but we can still surpass it. But I don't know how many years we could try to continuously do that before we realize, all right, we're kind of done here. We need to move on, that type of thing.
Like one of those like final Nintendo console years.
Mhm.
That's how the 3DS and the Wii U were, where it's like we went like 2 whole years of like, this year was like okay, I guess. And like that's how I felt about last year, where the Mario Strikers, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, despite it selling so well, like it's just I don't know. There was a lot of aspects of it that I was like, this wasn't it. And then like I personally didn't like the idea of how Switch Sports was handled. I know that's up for debate. And then I know also even more up for debate was Splatoon 3. I do think it's a solid game. I will say it's a solid game. I don't consider that a failure. It's okay.
All right, that's good.
But,
I agree with that.
but I do say like if you really wanted to dissect Splatoon 3, the story was great, but a lot of like that had connectivity issues at the start, and then like a lot of those game modes that were like supposed to be like the brand new stuff was like pretty lame, like table turf mode and all that was like super lame. So you get in there, it's like it's cool, but it's like after the first like 2-3 Splatfests, I feel like that shit died so quick. But I mean that's also to be expected. That's not really a bad thing. Like Pokemon died after the first like 2 event Pokemon and stuff.
I'll say it like real quick too, like just like to get out there. Like I agree with you. Like there's a lot on surface level Splatoon 3. Like you could say very successful still, but at least like from what I've been noticing, and this is my like I guess not POV, but just like from what I've seen on Twitter and all other places, is like a lot of like not controversy, but a lot of like not unrest, but a lot just like people going back and forth on like whether it's the new weapons, that kind of stuff, modes, that type of thing. There's a lot of like disagreement in the Splatoon community of like, well, what's really happening here? Like, is it like worth it to get this? Is it worth it for this meta? All sorts of things. I mean, it's stuff you expect to happen in like a shooter game like community, that type of thing. Like people are always figuring out like what to say about here more. But yeah, that's kind of what I noticed.
I just realized Splatoon 3 wasn't the DLC for the next 2 years.
Essentially, yeah.
So the Switch would last another 2 years.
Ooh,
literally.
Did that just give us an answer here?
A little bit of hope, I'd
so
say.
we can't be
It's
on
at
our
least
final
2 years.
year because then we would need another year because of the Splatoon 3 DLC.
Hey, Splatoon saves the day once again. What was I saying?
So we got at least another 2 years. You got this year and next year.
Crazy.
Well, I'm sure, like, I think Fire Emblem DLC continues for a while too. So like, there's a couple of games that'll be living out. For a while.
And
That's funny.
hold on too. Tears of the Kingdom's gonna get the DLC treatment too. So it's gonna get like parts or something.
True. Like a whole year later too.
So I think we still got time. We got time.
And Metro Prime 4.
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
Probably gonna get released on the next console.
I mean, that'd be crazy
but
if it was
yeah,
the
yeah.
first one for it. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, anyways, going back to what we were saying. Not really Splatoon 3. Like, I don't consider that failure, but it's just like, I don't know. There wasn't like the big home run game, right? I would consider the big home run game to be like Pokemon Legends Arceus, maybe, but that was like the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Very, very beginning of the year. Kirby
Mhm.
was great, but like it was just really quick and just kind of like one of those. This is great, but like, what's next?
Mhm.
And then Xenoblade 3. I didn't play it until recent, but whoo, Xenoblade 3 was. There's a reason why that was the nomination for Game of the Year. And then we had, of course, Bayonetta 3, which I think fell through the cracks a little bit. But yeah, and then I don't know. It wasn't a bad year, but I don't think 2022 was really my year. This is gonna be my year. Holy, this year's already like
this year, I don't want to call it early, but like so far what we have for the first half of the year is incredible. Like it's starting off to be a killer year already.
Yeah,
Agreed.
We got the freaking Tears of the Kingdom, the Metroid, Pikmin 4, Mega Man Battle Network, even though that's not Nintendo exclusive. Still, oh man, I'm excited.
Mhm.
Great year.
Tons to be excited about, for sure.
But yeah, here's to many more years of the Switch. However much time we got left. At least 2 years. We know that.
2 years.
Not 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, but 2 years.
I really hope we get like you guys were saying. I really hope we get like a Pro or like an upgraded dock that can like, or like, I don't know, like another kind of Switch. And then all we have to do is keep fixing the dock, you know. I don't know, like, but also like also another thing too. Nintendo wants to continue making sales off of consoles. If even though we're set to be the best like selling console, like that means that the majority of people have bought a console already,
Well,
right? And
I think the big thing was the Switch is it's still continuing to grow its audience because like with games like Animal Crossing, it's shown that it's growing outside of the gamer audience and even more mainstream. Also, like thanks to all the people who can't make up their mind if they want to Switch or not, to buy and sell it like 5 times over.
I know people like that.
Like
yeah.
But like the way that like the Switch and like all of its like I guess its audience has grown. Like obviously for it to be this huge, like, and it's not slowing down. I think every quarter it's like making a huge jump in sales, like absurd. And so like I think because of like the pace and the track, I don't see them moving away from the Switch IP until that almost comes to a complate halt. Just because
that's what I'm saying. Is like they're
like millions and millions in units, like constantly, right? Like,
well, I didn't the recent sale numbers right now show that the Switch is diving a little bit, just a little bit, and now PlayStation 5 is being the best seller for Japan sales at least. I think PlayStation sales are starting to do better than Switch, but that's only because how many people are going to own a Switch? We're entering the millions upon millions upon millions of Switches. At some point, it's going to slow down, and I think that's when in general, I think that's when any game company will try to make their next console so they can repeat. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm just trying to remember
what you said in your last video, Cisco. You're not a
I'm not a businessman. I'm a consumer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My last video called everybody out. No one here is a business major overnight. Don't act like you know what Nintendo's cooking in the lab. Oh yes, this makes sense from a business standpoint. No, that's not how it works.
He's not wrong.
Especially with Nintendo, you can make the best financial decision ever made in the universe, and Nintendo will do the opposite. They ain't listening to you. Quit acting so smart. Just because your mama said she liked your drawing when you were in kindergarten.
Hey, how'd you know that?
Roasting like everyone.
Nah, hey, sometimes you need a wake-up call, you know? It's crazy.
Cisco just ended the world, low-key. Personally, I think Nintendo's going to come out with their own cable box so we can get live TV.
Nintendo TV?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Nintendo TV would be fire, dude.
Give me a family.
Mario movie streams like every other Saturday.
Woo! Hell yeah. Oh, actually,
Nintendo single-handedly revives the radio and TV.
That'd be crazy. How about this, like, for a little segue here? What do you guys? I mean, I understand the trope of like the movies these days. A lot of people are saying like, oh, trailers show too much of it, and I've seen a lot of people complaining about like Mario movie stuff already. Like, oh, we don't need another trailer. I hate that they're showing us everything. I still feel like I don't necessarily know what's gonna happen in the movie. Yeah, we still like.
I don't think anybody understands how long a fucking movie is. Like, okay, we probably have like 12 minutes of footage. that give
Yeah.
you very little context clues. You get like one more trailer. That's still maybe like 10 minutes of like another.
That's the
like,
intro, yeah.
8 minutes of footage max. Like you're gonna like there's another hour
like
and 20
2
minutes to
hours.
fill in. Yeah, like it's like
Yeah.
you're gonna be fine. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if Rosalina's in the movie, I'm gonna start crying.
I feel like she
So,
will be.
That's the end credits scene, Cisco.
That has to be.
Dude, I almost lost it when I never saw like it was like the second trailer or something. I never saw it because I wanted to react to it on YouTube, but I was too busy.
Mhm.
I enter a theater to watch Puss in Boots, and the trailer comes up, and I'm on my seat like, oh my god! Like I could not believe my eyes. The Mario
Cisco's
Kart
not
scene.
gonna see the end credit scene, bro. His girlfriend's gonna take him out of the theater.
No,
She's
let me
like,
stay.
I gotta go pee. And he's like, but Rosalina! And he's getting dragged by his feet.
No, help me.
No, but honestly, am I the only one that like still doesn't know what's going on with the Mario movie, like in terms of plot? Like, I feel like if
That's
you
what
watch
you're
the
saying,
trailers,
yeah.
like once, like
Mhm.
what Cisco was saying, if you watch the trailers like once each, then you're fine. You're literally not gonna remember this when it comes
I
out.
think, like,
But if you're
all
analyzing
I
the trailer
generally
frame by
know-
frame,
Yeah.
like you're gonna know the plot of the movie, obviously, because you're gonna guess at it and you're gonna keep thinking about it constantly. So maybe
The
just
plot's
don't
simple.
analyze the trailer.
Isn't Bowser collecting the stars, and
Yeah,
Mario ends up in
somebody's
the
like-
Mushroom Kingdom and
somebody's
goes get the star?
Something like that, yeah.
The Mario
That's how the
movie is-
cartoon went.
The Mario movie is so deep, man. They have to fight Bowser. Unheard of. The cinematic scope of what is being achieved in this film is unbelievable. I can't believe Mario's character arc when he jumps on Bowser's head.
No.
Kingdom,
All right,
here we
Here's
come.
here's what I think's gonna happen. They're at least during the fight. He has to like swing him
No, stop.
around.
You can't
Oh,
analyze
can't say
it,
it?
bro.
Oh.
You can't analyze it. They're
No,
gonna think-
I'm calling it. I don't care, Key.
Cisco.
He's gonna swing him around. He's gonna be like, "So long, Gay Bowser," and then Bowser's like, "Ah!" And it's Jack Black
And
like,
Hylia's gonna be
"Mario."
cackling. Okay, no. Okay, who watched the Mario cartoon? Because that tells you the plot of this movie.
I did.
Yeah,
I have one of the episodes on DVD.
The Zelda
They're
one.
from
The
Bro,
Zelda
the
one was great.
Brothers and Plumbins, your game. They fall down the drain and then the Mushroom Kingdom. Then Princess Peach meets
Yeah.
them, and they join
Yeah.
her. and
Look,
then
I got it right
fight
here.
Bowser. That's how it goes.
Hey,
And then
Mhm.
Super
Wendy,
Mario Brothers.
and
Super
then
Show.
Wendy takes the United States Capitol, and then they sink it in the ocean.
I remember that.
Yeah. They said George
Do you remember
Washington was a
when Luigi
toad.
was transformed into a lizard and he had to kiss Wendy? Nasty. He's like, "What?" That was so gross. He's like,
Remember? And then there
Crazy.
was what else was there?
Mama Luigi. It's a classic.
Wendy kidnaps One Direction.
What?
What?
I remember that.
It wasn't One Direction. It felt like the Beach Boys or something.
Oh, like
Oh,
In Sync
like
or something,
boy band.
Backstreet Boys or whatever.
Yeah.
There was
Oh
like
my
a Super
God.
Mario Bros. Cartoon, and there was like the Super Mario Bros. 3 cartoon. I like
Yeah,
that.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the 3-1 was so much funnier. I think that one's so much more absurd. The Super Mario Brothers cartoon is the one where it's like, do the Mario. It's like,
Yeah.
swing your arms from
I'm
side to
from side to
side.
side. Come on, let's go.
Time
But
to
let
the
me tell
Mario.
you,
One step.
And then again.
Dude, as a
Like-
kid, that was the only thing Mario that existed. And I was like,
Mm.
best.
during the pandemic, went down a rabbit hole, ended up watching one of the first few episodes of the Mario cartoon. I
Well,
stopped after I saw the Koopas licking Bowser's feet because I knew that was.
I
the last
forgot
version I
about
had.
that. Oh God, it was
I
Koopa.
remember that.
Like lick my feet. I'm like, ew, God.
no, I as a kid, it was the pipeline to me discovering that there's a Zelda cartoon because I had the DVD and they did the commercials in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it's like, excuse me,
Princess.
I lost my shit when I saw that Zelda trailer at the end of the credits. I'm like, oh my god, there's a Zelda, and I could never find it anywhere.
And then I bought the entire thing on Apple iTunes. I paid like $3.99 an episode. I was like,
Oh my, oh God,
I got like I had
There's
like
only 13
I
episodes.
had
It's
iTunes
not a big deal.
card.
that's
I had
ugly.
iTunes card.
Oh
when I
man.
was a kid for like a birthday or something. I bought.
I think I always got
was
them
like-
too when I was a kid for my birthday.
Yeah, like that was
The
like
gift
the
cards.
go-to.
Dude, I just watched them
I
all on
think, yeah.
YouTube. What are you guys doing?
I couldn't
Oh,
find
excuse me, princess. All right.
I was young. I had the Zelda cartoons on DVD, and at the time, I appreciated what they were
Wasn't there
until
a
I grew
movie,
up and
too?
realized it was pretty bad.
A Zelda movie?
No, there was never a movie.
There was like a movie
No.
off the cartoon, was there not? No?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Either way, though, I think sorry. Anyway, wrapping back to like the whole thing, I think the Mario movie. Cisco's cracking up.
What's he doing? What's he doing? Are you okay?
Oh my God.
Cisco?
What is wrong?
Dude.
What?
No, dude, no fucking way. This thing.
What is
What are you
happening?
laughing at? Wait, you
Talk
said-
about the
Wait, what did you send?
the feet.
Oh.
Koopa's feet.
Hold on, you gotta open this up in the.
I don't remember that at all, so I had to look it up.
Oh.
Oh, it's so ugly. Oh my God.
We'll put on screen here in the
Oh.
video.
That's disgusting. Oh,
Man, that's
oh,
Cisco
the-
right there. That's
it's
Cisco
like
on the
Matt's
throne.
Fantasy. Oh,
That's Cisco on the throne
sorry.
right there.
I
That's...
didn't mean to interrupt, but I saw it. It came, bro. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That got me too.
That was so funny.
All this to say though, I think the Super Mario Bros. Movie is going to do phenomenal. Just based on the marketing alone and like from what we've seen, just visually and with the music, I think it's just going to be top tier. I'm excited.
It's gonna be good. I'm gonna go see it opening day.
And the cool thing is too, like I'm assuming since it or not assuming, I'm hoping that since it will do well and like and how good it looks for a lot of people, especially for a lot of kids, this will be their first time seeing Mario like ever for some people. So I think it's a good like segue, honestly. It's like to introduce them to who he is and then like, oh hey, play the games and that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Because kids these days only play Fortnite.
Damn.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
I just stepped away to grab my food, but I don't know if we talked about this, but there like looks to be like a lot of fan service and small
Yeah.
little details and Easter eggs. Like, I
Yeah.
think
The toys alone,
Illumination.
bro.
Illumination is doing great up until the moment where you hear banana, and I'm like, if that happens, if I'm in a movie theater and there's a minion in my Mario movie, I'm walking. I will walk. I don't care.
One minion, bro. Throwing something
No.
at the big ass theater
It's gonna be
screen.
at the
It's
beginning.
it's not gonna be a minion. Here's what they're at the end of the movie. They're gonna tease something. It's gonna be a rabbit. That's what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a rabbit, bro.
It's gonna be a
I'd
rabbit
still
right
take
there.
that minion though.
Yeah, that is still managing to be better than minions.
True. I'll give you that.
The minion.
Banana.
But yeah, I hope you guys everyone's excited for that movie. I think oh man, like what other things could they do? Do you want it to be solely like an Illumination Nintendo cinematic universe, or do you think it should just be like a one-off?
Well, Nintendo formed that Nintendo Studios, like a production
Yeah.
company.
Mhm.
So like, I'm sure that means more is to come. It
They're just
also
using Illumination
totally,
to see how it does.
well, it also totally, they could probably be making a production company just for the taxes for this movie, because like there's a lot of complications in that way. So they're probably like some sort of like government tax benefit in Japan for making a movie and having your own company. But
Film buff here. He knows what he's talking about.
a
Film
little,
student. A little bit.
or I'm making it up. I don't know. We'll find out with that.
Could go either way.
There's some truth in there.
There was already like a big rumor that Donkey Kong's getting his own movie after the Mario movie, and then there was even further rumors about
If
Zelda
there's-
movie. So
If there's a full movie of Seth Rogen, no, that's the only banana I'll take. Banana.
Banana Slammer.
And he's like, and he lights it up. He lights up the banana. He's like,
I mean, I don't know. I like a Donkey Kong movie.
His laugh was great.
it's so good. Seth Rogen's amazing.
Now you die.
I'm such a proud British Columbian to have him.
Representing in the Mario movie.
Hell yeah.
Canadian.
Hell yeah. Well, I think we've exhausted all of our Mario talk and our gaming talk. Let's talk content, huh? I love content.
What time were we at?
We're at like the 50-ish minute mark. We can do this for the
15?
last.
Oh damn. Okay, we've been talking longer than I thought.
I know, right? Yeah. Like a little kind of like final segment to talk about it. If that's cool with you guys. Content. We love content. That's why you're watching this podcast, right? Shout out to all of our watchers and our audio listeners, I mean, if you're still out there, honestly.
Do we still have the audio, like the Spotify thing up?
I think we
or-
still do. I just haven't updated in forever.
Yeah, we haven't. I don't think we uploaded an episode since like episode 4.
That's gotta be cap. Hold on, let me do some
Really?
research. Let's talk. You guys talk content while I look this up real quick.
I'll peep.
Let's see.
Alright.
I'll run it.
All right, you got that.
If you're interested, like obviously all of you know us for N10, but some of us also work on other things. And if you're interested in like anime and manga, I run my own channel now, Oddjobs Aiden, just talking about anime and manga, because pretty much every Nintendo fan these days is a weeb, and so
It's the pipeline.
every weeb is a Nintendo fan.
Yeah, it's how it goes. If you like video games, you like anime and manga eventually.
We have 12. We have 12 episodes. I just
12?
checked.
Oh, that's way more than I thought. You know?
What episode is this? Like 19 or 18? I forget.
I don't even think we're in double digits yet.
What?
We're not even in double digits
Yes,
yet.
we are.
We're in double digits.
Key. I just said
Come
we
on.
have 12 on the Spotify.
I wasn't listening.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
we're on episode
Dude,
17.
we know what I'm saying.
Oh my. Well, this is
We're
the
on episode
concept I'm.
17.
Okay, 17. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, this one is 18.
This
one
one's
was
18.
17.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Approaching the 20. But yeah, Aiden has a good point. We all do stuff outside of this podcast, obviously. You know, a good chunk of us have been making big strides, at least in the last couple of months, whether it's hitting milestones or, you know, really like making really cool videos that have a lot of reach or have gotten a lot of good reception or negative reception. You know, depends on what it is. Depends on how you view it. But I think at least, everyone here has seen some sort of a growth since like the last podcast episode, however long ago it was, 8 months, which is awesome. Let's talk about it.
Everyone's changing, everyone's growing and doing different things like since the last one. Obviously, unless you're in our Discord server, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Should join it.
You don't really keep up with everyone here. You don't really keep up with every N10 guy. Maybe you came here from one N10 guy just now discovering all of us, and if so, welcome.
True.
We only upload like once every couple months.
But we all individually upload consistently.
Yeah.
We all do our own stuff. Everyone's
Consistently.
doing different things. A lot of people stream, a lot of people upload, and we're all just doing our own thing. It's just a great time. I'm trying to think of where I'm going with this exactly. I'm really just kind of shouting everyone out.
Shout out to the N10 boys, of course. Well, I guess a good way to put it is like, you know, what, or not how have you been feeling? What's the way to say it? Like how, I mean, obviously there's growth in all of our channels, but I guess it's like, you know, where do you want to see yourself like continuing on? Like, obviously, like we're talking about like with all like the, you know, we have like the big growth spurts, and the best way to, you know, continue that is to be consistent, is try to ride that wave, you know, would be the best way to put it. So like we talked about a little bit before the podcast too, but especially with like the plans that we have concerning like, you know, new content coming out. Yeah, where am I going with this? Hold on, I feel like just I'm key right now too. Wait, I was gonna say what you know, what sorts of, I guess, new things do you guys want to try with your content? That's a good way to put it. This goes for anyone
Nothing.
too.
I'm keeping it exactly the same.
Oh, he's got a point. Nah, lazy. I like your stuff too, because I was talking to someone the other day too. Oh, actually, it might have been in my server. Someone was like, I feel like all lazy does is he just does Tekken and Smash. I'm like, yeah, because he's the Tekken and the Smash guy. He's the fighting game guy. Everyone in N10 has like their little kind of subset of what we do. And the cool thing is go ahead.
I would do more with stuff like Street Fighter and Soul Calibur, but there's nothing really for Soul Calibur right now, and I'm waiting for Street Fighter 6 to come out before I start that.
Yeah,
I just kind of
fair.
cover upcoming like details that come out with it here and there, assuming I can, because I work at the same time, so it's a little hard.
True, yeah.
Also, it's good that you're the fighting guy because like you stream, so that means people who want to play fighting games just have to tune into your streams, and they can like hop in for a match or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. If only you could like get more people like in your community to like play Tekken and stuff, because I'd like to see more Tekken streams, but the issue is like a lot of people still come to your stuff for like Smash matches, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Tekken 1 through 7 on stream as much as I can here soon, story-wise, because I need to do some research for it, and I don't want to just like look shit up on the internet that might just be boo-boo garbage. So
Yeah, no, you gotta
I
play
want
those
to
games.
see it
man.
myself.
You gotta go through and teach me stuff, you know, about Tekken. I want to seem knowledgeable. you know.
There you go.
But no, I agree with Sky. Like everyone's got like their own like thing that they're into, more than ours. 'Cause, I mean, we all still have like a certain pool that we get like grab from. Like everyone grabs from Nintendo at least a little bit. Everyone likes certain games, and like you can make a whole chart of what everyone likes and doesn't like. But at the point is like we cover stuff on our channels differently than how other people do, right? We all have things that we're better at doing, but we still all make content together at the same time. That's what makes us like a very diverse and unique group in that sense when it comes to content. The problem is because we're so diverse, it can sometimes be hard to like get together and make stuff at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
Like collab with each other is just a little more difficult, especially now. When everyone is kind of like on their own schedules and doing their own life stuff. But yeah, you know, Aiden over here, he's got a Xenoblade Mother, and he also has his anime channel that he's running now. Cisco does Pikmin and Metroid, but also likes to talk about Pokemon and stuff like that. Lazy, he's got Smash Brothers. He goes to CEO, one of the biggest tournaments like in the country, I think. He covers all kinds of fighting games. This guy streams on Splatoon with the Twitch. You know that's great. He also is a very avid marbles streamer.
Hey, shout out Marbles. Gamba's up right
is
now.
like
Don't predict.
his greatest form of content at the moment because everyone pulls
All
up
right,
the
all
marbles.
right.
If you miss everyone else doing marbles like Ludwig, now Night Sky does it to fill in the void.
Yeah. Dude, seriously, it's like a side. As a
side.
sidebar, like when I first started playing, it's so fun. I don't know why. It's just dumb. It's literally just like you let marbles go down like a track, and whoever wins wins. It's just like just
It's
fun
like
content.
gambling.
Pretty much, no matter
Zelda.
what type of content you're into, someone in N10 more than likely does it, and you
Yeah.
can find it here.
100%.
In this community.
If you like
Absolutely.
little video games, little animes, you're probably all set.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very true.
We got it all here, man.
And Keys, our resident Kingdom Hearts guy as well. Forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Wait. Wasn't our topic? What do we want to see our channels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a
where
little
we
bit of
wanna see the
background.
channels go.
Some background
But-
info, yeah.
I don't know. I just want to get bigger and possibly like collab with like more Cage creators. I don't know. That's kind of my big goal.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I'd say same with me, especially with Splatoon. Not so much like with Splatoon only. I think for me, like I would just be, thrilled to at least see like more people at least kind of, offer up support in stream. Not offer up support, like just come through the streams, just hang out. I think
Yeah.
for me, for these days for my streams and even like my own personal Discord server, I feel like it's more of like just like a hangout spot. It's not so much streamer viewer type thing. I mean, it still is, but like you could throw in like, oh yeah, we all just kind of hang out and just chill. I'd love to see more of that. I wouldn't want to see like a huge like influx all at once. I think we can all agree, because I feel like we have to kind of steadily work your way up to, because I've seen at least a lot of people, they get hit with a huge burst of attention and viewership, whatever, and then they don't necessarily know how to handle it too well, or they end up I guess just worrying about like the wrong things, or letting it kind of consume their mind too much, or like the numbers, that kind of thing. So I think for all of us, at least, I know right now we have a good grasp on like what we're doing, but I'd love to see more of a progression like that for all of us.
Yeah, I want to hit a gajillion subscribers.
Hell yeah.
I don't care if anyone watching it. Gajillion subscribers.
Gajillion.
No, I want to just grow an audience, so I can focus on create an audience that will watch content that I just am very passionate about creating, like documentaries and stuff about video games and whatnot. More so I can focus on bigger projects.
Mm-hmm.
An audience for the big projects. That's what I really want.
I like that. Very nice.
This year for me, at bare minimum, I want to try and hit 2K. I want to obviously go beyond that to something like 10K, but I need to actually finish these other projects I'm working on with these videos and actually get them out, because that'll be what brings them in. But while I'm working on those big projects, I like to kind of put out some shorts for like filler content and then stream on the days I don't work, is to help that out. And I think I'm going to keep that formula going for a while.
Okay.
Very good.
That's a good one.
Cisco, what about you?
I have lots of plans. I've already started like I started my like boot camp last summer, like, and just trying to feel out all the different things I learned in the videos, of the end of February. I'm sorry, the end of 2022. But things have really picked up this year, as you guys can see. I hit 1K, but I'm already on my way really soon to hit 1K 100, like the day after. So it's been it's been a wild ride. My videos have been popping off. I think in the last month I hit like 120 subs or something.
Hell yeah.
That's how much I gained in the last 28 days or something in my analytics. But like it's not necessarily like this isn't just like, oh, he got lucky. Like there's a lot of planning that I put, not necessarily a lot of planning, but there's like, this is all kind of almost in a way expected. Like this is exactly what I put these videos together specifically with the intention of them like getting bigger and hitting a certain audience, and it's been working better than I thought. But like I'm gonna do a tips and tricks video or like advice video on all of that for my 1,000 subscriber special of everything I've learned that's been helping me a lot, and hopefully it can help other people. Not really much. I don't think it's gonna really help streamers, but it's definitely gonna like help out with like videos. Because believe it or not, even though I'm like, I'm grinding a lot. I'm working so much. Any little free time I have is usually going to my YouTube videos, and then I even like put off playing Metroid Prime Remastered so that I can keep doing videos. It's just like I'm sacrificing a lot to do it. But what I was gonna say was, even amongst all that, I'm watching a lot of our community's videos. It's you guys's. I'm watching other people that I know within our community. Like I'm watching their videos, and so I'm also learning a lot of like the sins of what not to do. And I want to make a video like talking about like, hey, maybe they don't have such a long intro. Hey, maybe when you're just like staring in the camera trying to think of what to say, like maybe cut that out. Like I want to talk about things like that. Because I see a lot of our people who are fighting the good fight to 1K, kind of doing things like that. But anyways, lots of ideas. I mean, I just want to keep the momentum going. I want to hit 2K by the end of this year as well. Because like my sights are on like far and beyond. Like I'm not satisfied with 1K. I'm not gonna be satisfied with 2K. Like this fight is like
continuous.
Keep going. Like I really want to
get big. Bro. Like we really need like we've been doing this N10 thing, this YouTube thing. Like some of us have been doing YouTube longer than N10, but we've been doing N10 for 5 years, and I think we're all just like ready to like actually see that jump happen. So
yeah, a lot of people in N10 are fighting. Like we hungry for this growth, and we're showing it. A lot of us are making big accomplishments. So I went from like being the bottom of N10. I was a least subscribed member, and like I'm trying to like fight my way and race to the top. So hopefully that lights a fire under everyone.
Honestly, yeah, like even as a side note too, like Cisco, I gotta say, like I'm very impressed with like how far you've come, like this, even like the last 2 years, especially. So it's cool to see, especially like for everyone here too, like just the amount of growth we have. Key, it has exactly right. We're hitting our 5 years of being a group together, and we've been doing. Some of us have been doing content for longer than that, whether it's been 3 years before or 2 or whatever. And to see like everyone like hitting strides around the same time too, that's like probably one of the best feelings you could get as like a content creator in a big group of friends, is seeing everyone like hit big moves at the same time. It really, and it just kind of fuels everything. You talk about friendly competition, like this is exactly what I feel like we need to continue, hitting that stride and just like pushing forward the whole way.
Another thing. This is all like perfectly just like friendly competition. Nobody's really caring like who's more sub to who or whatever.
Except Matt.
All just...
Anyway.
Hey.
No, yeah, but it's honestly it's been fun.
Listen to this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's not gonna watch this. Who's kidding?
All right.
But yeah.
What I was gonna say was just to add on to that. It's like if anybody's still watching at this point, like if you're fighting that good fight, I would just say my big advice is dedicate time. If you like, let's say you're eating food, right? And usually sometimes we turn on the TV or we watch a YouTube video or something. You want to watch something entertaining. Like spend like moments like that. Like dedicate time to watching videos that give you advice or tips and tricks on how to improve your craft, and apply. This is the big thing. Apply that knowledge to your work. It doesn't have to be video, to be anything. Apply it, because that's how exactly why I'm growing so fast, getting so far so quickly. It's because I'm watching so many videos.
Everyone, yeah.
Mr. Beast says do this, I do it. You know, if the video influencer channel is saying do this, don't do that, I do that, I don't do that. Like I apply the knowledge. And does it work all the time? No, but I'm definitely getting way farther.
It gets you in the habit of doing something repetitively. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Very cool. Well, yeah, I think that about sums it up for this episode. I think we've said all we needed to say. And hey, if we want to say more, you guys are just going to have to wait till next time, to be honest with you.
Yep.
But
5 months from now, baby.
yeah, and next year it'll be it'll be longer.
Next console will be out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Help, please no. If you guys want to see more of this, please leave some comments below. I think it would be cool to get more of like a comment interaction going on, especially with the next episodes, seeing how that goes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and for listening. If you want to check out other episodes and you want to check out our channels, check out the description and the comments as well. We'll have links to all of our channels and all the cool stuff we do. Go ahead and tell us what you thought of the episode. Tell us your favorite part. Tell us if Cisco made you laugh. Which he probably did, because hey man, look at this guy, he's so great.
Koopa feet, bro. The viewers too, so
true. Oh yeah, the viewers might hate us at this point too. Who knows? But
we literally come on. All right.
Anyway, but fair enough. But yeah, all right. Thanks for being here, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next episode. Stay bright, Let's Fam.
See.
Peace.